Mascis. We are going over the 2020 Go Format World Championship replays. We did about 7 last night. So we are now on to Reclaire versus Barristan the Bold.
Let's hop into it.
How much do you think it matters going first or second for Goat format?
Um, I think the only deck that can manage going second is like a reasoning gate deck that's where it really doesn't mind going second because it wants to just try to OTK, right? And it can do it off that 6 card going second most of the time.
I think Warrior could do it pretty good going second.
Warrior's fine going second too, I guess. I think you still want to go first though, just because you want to establish board presence first.
So we see Mask of Darkness and Barristan the Bold's hand. I guess he's playing a flip control deck. Uh, a deck that is not seen all that often, but considered pretty good.
Yeah, flip controls. I like it a lot. I like that it plays Master Darkness. It's like a really, I think it's underrated. It's a Magician of Faith for traps, and the traps in this format are just as powerful as the spells. But big problem with flip control is that it needs to get ahead, or else it doesn't really do anything. And then if it ever falls behind, it's just like your cards are just so much worse than a lot of your contemporaries.
So one of Barristan's theory is that Wing Blast is better than Regeki Break because you can Wing Blast your opponent's set monster to the top of their deck and set them way back, which he was going to attempt to do here, but then Reclaire put a stop to that with Regeki Break.
Mm-hmm. I think I think they're both quite powerful. I like the tempo that Wing Blast provides, but it's another card that sort of just like flip control. It's already good if like you're at an even position or you're already winning, right?
So here's my theory with Wing Blast, and I've put it out there, and I haven't gotten any like solid answer if this is correct or not. Wing Blast can win you the game sometimes, but it can also lose you the game sometimes because putting a
Mm-hmm.
Chaos Monster or I don't know, a Snatch Steal or a good card that's on the board back on top of their deck and not answering the card itself, say even a Magician of Faith, a flip effect monster, you're not destroying it. So do you win more games by stacking like a dead card on top of their deck where you win the next 2 turns? Do you win more games because of that not being Regeki Break and because of that being a Wing Blast? Or do you lose more games because of the situations where putting the card on top of their deck doesn't answer it and you lose to it again by it being played again compared to if you were just playing Regeki Break?
Yeah,
And I don't think
I
anyone has the
definitely
straight numbers on that. Maybe
I
Perovic
definitely
has them
feel like
somewhere.
it's come up for me if I've tried it out. Usually I play like some sort of combination of the two, but a lot of the time I feel like I want Brigeki Break over Wing Blast.
Because it's not just a question of like which is better or which is more versatile. I think it comes down to how many games you win or lose because of one is the other.
Yes,
And if
I
the
agree with you.
answer is like, oh, you win, there's like 3 more games out of 100 or out of 30 that you're gonna win with Wing Blast, but then you lose. But then those same games, they would have still just been okay with Regeki Break. Like you wouldn't have won because of the Wing Blast situation, but you wouldn't have lost because of Regeki Break either. Like it's not just a or B scenario thing. If I'm
Yeah,
explaining that clear enough, I don't know.
they do very different things.
Like the games that you
But
won with that you won like shut it out because it was Wing Blast, would you have won those games anyway if it was a Geki
if
break
you just
and
answered the card,
it
yeah.
would have just been a different game. Like you wouldn't have won it right then and there, but you still would have like had a regular duel and won the game eventually, even though it was a Geki break. Like those numbers I think you have to take away from the difference of games you straight up lost because it was a Regeki break or because it was Wing Blast, I'm sorry.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it's been working out for Barristan here in this game. mainly because he's not able to assert that board position, and Rickler's just been summoning guys and running him over.
Well,
That does shoot.
even right here, do you want to wing blast this Kaiku?
No, you want to definitely try to just answer that up. Because even if, like, yeah, you could get your sorcerer out and maybe banish something, but doesn't feel as powerful as Regeki breaking something like we're looking at the hands here. Obviously, he doesn't.
Regeki breaking it a turn before would have been better than having wing blast.
Mhm. But I mean, in this spot, Barrison doesn't know that his opponent has a snatch steal. Now he's going to kind of forced to do it here because he's got to get this dark in the graveyard. Um, if this is just Regeki break, he could potentially save the
He doesn't have.
Regeki break for the snatch steal.
Well, the other thing is too, he doesn't have to summon Chaos Sorcerer next turn.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have to.
Like now he has to because he knows Kaiku's on top.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if this is a Regeki break, then maybe you play a different card. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of forces your hand a lot.
Another thing to consider with Regeki break not as important is decking out. Putting the card on top of your opponent's deck when you're both playing like chaos decks by the end of the
Mm-hmm.
long game can make a difference. I felt that I was playing Cube the other night and my opponent was playing Solemn Wishes and I had no way to get rid of Solemn Wishes.
Oh yeah.
But I was playing a Horn of the Unicorn. And just the fact that Horn kept getting stacked on top of my deck like 3 times, and my opponent, they had me locked down, but they couldn't deck me out, even though they were gaining
Mm-hmm.
life points, just because I kept stacking on top of my deck. I ended up having 3 more cards in my deck than they did.
Do you still win that game?
I did.
Or deck out?
After 3 Fiber Jars flipped.
Oh my god.
Alright, so now double Wing Blast in hand. So having multiple Wing Blasts is pretty great too, though. And reusing them when the mask is. At this point,
Mm.
he could now let Reclaire see any new cards.
He's definitely caught back up, and he's trying to lock the board position down here.
So now we know Reclaire has Snatch. So
Mm-hmm.
Snatch on Chaos Sorcerer either means Snatch on top of the deck or putting dead Chaos Sorcerer on the top of your own deck.
Well, he's got Time Seal. I guess it's a good combination if he's playing the Time Seal stuff too, where you can put something back and then Time Seal it so that he doesn't get the draw. This is awkward because he set both the Phoenix and Windblast, and he's only going to be able to activate one during this turn. Ooh, and that's... Forgot that Rickler had the ring down too, so he just dies.
Just gonna end it.
It was a good setup, but
well, another spot here too, though.
it took way too long, you know?
Say those Wing Blasts were already set in that ring, you can't Wing Blast your own cards.
Yeah,
so
you can't.
You can't use Regeki Break to save yourself from a ring either.
Regeki Break only targets the opponent's stuff, right? Yeah.
No, Regeki Break is any card on the field, so you can get rid of your Ojamas. You could save yourself from a ring play. Wing Blast cannot do that.
I feel like Wing Blast is definitely a card that suffers from that suffers from hindsight, because a lot of cards that are legal in GOAT format didn't get insane in Yu-Gi-Oh until like way after GOAT format.
Cold Wave,
like Cold Wave, for example. Last Will to a degree. I mean, these are still powerful cards in the format, but
Card to Safe Return.
Yeah, Card to Safe Return. Wing Blast is one of them. I mean, Wing Blast is like one of the premier trap cards in later formats. It's definitely like really good in Teledad. Even later down the line, it's still good.
The strength of Regeki Break is its extreme versatility, and I think Wing Blast takes away a little bit of that edge.
It's almost as good as like Book of Moon. I think Book of Moon's probably like the best Yu-Gi-Oh card ever printed, just in terms of like versatility wise, not like most powerful, but just like it's always relevant in every single like Yu-Gi-Oh format ever. Just the Book of Moon effect. Regeki Break is up there though, just being able to pop something on the field for any kind of cost. Like
Yeah,
crazy good.
I mean, I
So
don't.
versatile.
I believe there is still not a Yu-Gi-Oh card that just says destroy one card on the field.
Yeah, everything's has some sort of cost attached to it if it's going to destroy.
I don't think even in modern today there's a card that's just a spell or trap for free that just says destroy one card on the board.
Yeah, everything has a condition at least. you know.
Which is, it would probably not even be good in modern today if a card said that either.
Um,
Doesn't like
it
everything
depends.
stop targeting?
Well, there's like some control decks that play targeted removal, but like a lot of the reason why those decks are good is like because of the effect on top of like popping something, like you get something, you get a bonus effect out of it. Like there's one card that you have to send a monster from like your extra deck to the graveyard in order to pop something that's like
Stop
equal to or
targeting.
less. So of the attack of the monster you sent, and that card's like really good because you can send something crazy that like will search you a card. You can send another card that'll pop another card. So it's like a 2-for-1.
So Reclaire here opening with Nobleman, Mind Control, Mind Control. Gonna get rid of the Night Assailants. Definitely better to
Yeah, I like
Nobleman
Noblemanning
those.
first.
Yeah, with there was good spells in Barrison's Grave. But you know what? You don't want to give someone playing Tsukiyomis, which Reclaire now knows, you don't want to give them back the Magician of Faith either.
Yeah, and you think that, and you put them on. If you have this hand, you show them Nobleman first. Get rid of whatever there is. Then they think they're safe from another Nobleman,
It also
and they might just set whatever.
that also could have been a Mask of Darkness set or anything else that would have been
hmm
useless with the Mind Control. And Barristan did draw the Suki here too, so
Yeah,
great
good
play
foresight.
playing the Nobleman from Reclaire, showing why he's the world champion.
Spoiler for this match. I think everybody watching knows by now, though.
But not a great hand right here for Reclaire. He's gonna miss the draw
No, no.
phase.
But there's not a lot for Barrison here to do.
He could have attacked with the tribe. I know that's not the most popular play, but I do it pretty often, I think. Just
I don't mind it.
press for damage with the tribe, like against like Reclaire's deck, like you know he's probably not playing Suki. How many cards is Reclaire playing that's just gonna deal with a tribe for free in this spot?
Not a ton. I mean, a Tsukiyomi of his own,
Which he probably
he
doesn't
probably
even
has,
play.
doesn't even have.
Yeah.
He could have Kaiko that could run over it, and then he banishes some stuff.
And then he would have Suki to answer the Kaiko, so
Yeah, and he's not too worried about his stuff getting banished because
so with
yeah,
light
it gets rid of it, but he has Thunder Dragons in his hand already, so he can just discard one
yeah.
when he needs.
Light and Dark Engrave, Reclaire sees he is not gonna push for damage with this Sangan. Gonna set it, protect it from chaos monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Great play. Now what do you get with this Sangan?
Mm.
Sinister?
What's in the graveyard?
Not much.
No.
MST, Nobleman.
Not a ton that you could do versus like all monster hand. I mean, Rickler doesn't know that on his side, but that's an incredible draw with Regeki Break.
Well, he made the right choice grabbing the Sinister and it paid off.
Yeah. Ooh, but Breaker off the top for Barristan here. I would think that would come down. If not, you're probably going to summon another monster here. Maybe the Tsukiyomi, but I would think it's going to be Breaker here.
Yep, here it is. So Barristan gonna get Regeki braked, and then I guess we're gonna see either MST or Nobleman going back to the hand here.
Yeah, definitely get rid of Tomato.
My guess is you grab MST with double mind control in your hand, but I don't know.
If he does put
He's gonna grab the
Barristan on having
Nobleman.
Chaos, then he can now use one of these mind controls in his hand to take a chaos monster and banish itself.
Wow, another great draw though. Grabbing the Chaos
Yeah,
Sorcerer here. He may just set the Sinister though. Nope. Gonna drop
No,
it.
he's gonna go for it. I like the play. He'll set Sinister here again.
And gonna attack with 2 darks already in the grave.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe banishing is better.
Now, once there's 2 darks already in there, you might as well attack it.
I'm just thinking about future chaos down the line, but I guess maybe I should just be worried about like winning the game instead of
Once there's
prolonging
nope.
my loss.
The thing is, once there's 2 darks in there, another chaos monster on the board just equals its own dark.
Yeah.
So at that point, you're better off taking the damage.
Yeah, it works out. Then here's a sorcerer of the Barrison's own. Picks up his opponent's sorcerer.
So he's got the Wing Blast in hand. So now with the Mind Control play, when Reclaire goes to banish the Sorcerer, he could bounce the Chaos Sorcerer back to the top of his own deck, discard a light, and have light and dark again. But you're still using your draw phase and 2 cards at that point.
I would maybe summon Tsukiyomi and set my guy to play around Smash. But we know he has Nobleman. Never mind, that's bad. Pot agreed. Always nice to see. I guess
Dead BLS for the moment.
yeah, Thunder Dragon's okay to grab. I guess Wing Blast can mess up Pot Agreeds, right? If he Pot Agreed something back to the top of the deck, he just draws it and
Yeah,
only becomes draw one.
that's pretty bad.
So Nobleman picks up the Tsukiyomi.
Now, do you Wing
Knew
Blast
that.
this?
I mean, I guess I would do it in response to the effect, yeah, just so I can get my guy back. Although I'm setting myself back a turn.
So I said now you're setting yourself back a turn, using a Thunder Dragon, and you're using a Wing Blast.
Yeah, I mean,
So he chose not
Barrison
to.
doesn't do it. Because you kind of have to evaluate. I mean, if my hand was crazy, maybe I do that, and then I just like kill them the next turn. But if my opponent's at 9,000, I'm probably not going to kill them the next turn. So it makes sense to keep the Wing Blast down.
I guess the logic of the upstarts is to try to get closer to your Suki lock.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, at that point, just be playing Jar Greed.
So
Get back.
the third mind control here.
Whoa.
And
Yep.
Reclaire is ready to just see some more cards. He's going to set the Sinister and be happy being at 9,000 life points.
Well, that Sinister's gonna get Nobleman. He always shows up right in the nick of time.
Do you tribute summon Thunder Dragon here?
I consider it,
Grab
but
Sinister. Thin the deck out, grab Sinister Serpent, have it for Wing Blast and Tribe.
yeah, that seems pretty okay.
You could also grab something
You're
else.
not really hurting for the light monster because you're gonna be able to get it in the graveyard anyway. And this way, you have like an actual threat on the board that does some damage instead of Zangan. You're just gonna poke.
Yeah.
Puts it on just a
Here's another spot where Wing Blast,
yeah.
not as good as Regeki Break.
Jeez.
What do you do?
Like he's gonna keep the board presence if he uses it, but Rickler wants to crash into the
I mean, it didn't put a dark in the grave, so there's that.
yeah. He wants to crash though, but it's just denying the turn, and he draws it again. So you're just back at the same.
Now I think you summon this tribe and hit for 32.
I think so. I mean, he's gonna get messed up by mind control, but what else are you gonna do?
Well, not putting
I
it
guess
out.
not do that. Draw breaker again. Summon breaker. Does it resolve this time? Probably not.
So now if he had dealt 32 last turn, that would put him at 42, another 32 this turn.
Well, no, he would. I think he has to mind control and trade, right?
Yeah, if he had not if he didn't put out the if he did put out the tribe.
Yeah, but he does say he would put him down to 42 on this turn, and then maybe he could start summoning Sinister and attacking. I don't know. Maybe that's not good. That was actually pretty incredible because he didn't set so that this Thunder Dragon would die and that they wouldn't trade, so he wouldn't get the Dark in the graveyard.
I think I see where this duel's gonna go. This duel's gonna miss the BLS and it's gonna be over
It's gonna
pretty
hit both Thunder
swiftly.
Dragons, and
Yeah.
that's gonna be the game. Yeah, I mean, you know, two of them are Thunder Dragon, but you don't really care. You just want to try to hit. It's 50-50 on hitting something that's not Thunder Dragon.
Wow, he
Oh, Jesus.
got the
I guess the game's
BLS.
gonna be over anyway.
Maybe this won't be a 2-0. Personally, I would
You never
MST
know.
this and then just summon the tribe.
Yeah, I mean, I know one of my opponent's cards is maybe something.
I could see not MSTing it and just being like, I'm just gonna summon the tribe and discard as well.
Well, think about it this way. If I MST here, I know that one of the cards in my opponent's hand is Thunder Dragon, and then if they already set a mind control to bluff me, oh jeez, Chaos Orchestra off the top, of course. But if they already set a mind control to bluff me, then the other card in their hand must not be good enough to set. So it's either another Chaos or like at worst, or it's just another bad card that they have.
Yeah. Or Claire's drawn like the right card for the situation every single turn.
Yeah, yeah. Guess you got to be lucky to win a tournament once or twice.
For sure. So traps in the grave.
No knock against Strickler, obviously. Played incredible all weekend.
Oh yeah, no, it's just part of the game though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but the mind control's going to pick up a Rikeki break from the Mask of Darkness here. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't see the comeback.
You think you just summon Deco? Yeah, it's way better. Don't give him the card back.
PLS though,
BLS though, he can summon it and use Prio.
not enough. Just not
What do
enough.
you even Prio on?
Yeah, the sorcerer. You have
Yeah,
to.
but
You have no choice. Or you try to attack both.
yeah, you just know you're getting Rikeki breaks.
Right, he knows he has the break, so
Mm-hmm.
just gotta hope that that's not a good monster set.
Them's are the breaks. Well,
Did he forget
it is a good
Sinister?
one.
Oh, he didn't have
No, he doesn't
Sinister.
have it.
Barristan had Sinister, that's right. Now he should Regeki break it now. And
I would
not
have summoned Tomato.
and
I don't know
not
why he's in battle.
and not yeah. And just hit him for 14. I don't see why not either. Right, because there's not much point to Regeki breaking it on your opponent's turn. If you're gonna
Yeah,
break it anyway, why
you
let
know
him?
what it is. You just do it now and then
Right.
hit
What
him for 28.
what if he plays like a random enemy controller or something? Like if you
Yeah, that would be so funny.
right, like if you know you're gonna Regeki break it, why chance him drawing something stupid like my body is a shield or you know?
Yeah,
Like
I don't think that was the right move.
if that's your plan to pop it before he does anything, then just pop it now.
Whoa, the flip of tomato caught a solemn.
To keep Barristan still ahead in life points.
Yeah, interesting. What's the down card that Rickler has right now? That's the
Torrential.
torrential. Okay, so he's pretty safe.
Oof.
Yikes. The Jargree doesn't do anything, but no game shot here. Just gonna try to attack.
We'll take pot of greed.
Wow, this has been very
Pretty
top
good
deck
duel.
war. Just how Yu-Gi-Oh should be played.
Barristan
I
is
top deck this, you top deck that.
Barristan really has not caught a break up until I would say this point. But we'll see what he draws. Ugh.
Two of the worst things you could draw.
Alright, let's flip the jar of greed. Gonna play around dust shoot. Alright, your opponent has played 2 noblemans and 3 mind controls. You can set the Magician of Faith.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in that. The Rickler should just heavy storm here, regardless of losing the card, because
Well, if he does, he wins. If he doesn't, he doesn't win this turn.
I guess you could think it could be a Tsukiyomi as well, so he might not want to do that if he puts him on. But
Big think.
it is a tough decision. Actually, this line's better because if that's not solemn, if he just lets that go, then you can heavy storm because you can reasonably assume that it's some kind of battle trick. I guess you could also think it could be Wing Blast, though he used 2 already, right? Yeah, so maybe it's not the third.
Mirror Force is
He used
already
a
gone
Mirror Force
too.
too.
I usually go for it in spots like this.
Getting back Graceful Charity. Only has 7 cards left in the deck.
What's he got left for cast monsters?
I think a
1 sorcerer, maybe?
potentially a sorcerer. Draws into Upstart Mask of Darkness. Upstart looking pretty weak here.
Well, I assume he's gonna dump this Thunder Dragon. Wonder if he plays Snatch.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Well, you have to cut a lot of cards to build this deck.
But Snatch Seal is pretty good.
Well, there it is.
Look at that. Right on time.
And this is how you get Torrentled. Snatch, try to draw a card and attack for 35. No Mirror Force or Torrental played yet. You see your opponent cast Turbo, a deck that usually doesn't play those
What?
cards.
Wait a minute. Do you think that Rickler lets him draw the card?
No.
Why not?
Because if he's going to win by deck out, giving him another card a turn sooner is not going to help him not lose the 3,600 life points he has.
Well, no, because if he Snatch Steals, summons Tsukiyomi, right?
It's still not game next turn. If
It's not game, but what happens is that if he flips with Dekoichi, he can just chain Torrential on the flip before the attack.
I don't think he lets him draw the card. I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
Will he at least attack first?
Yeah, I guess there is the option of attacking first.
He will not.
No, just going
He
to play
will
into it.
not
Not
him
going to
draw
let
the
it do it.
card.
Not going to let him do it. I would consider it. I would say think first and then think about if I really wanted to do it. I might have just torrential there, but I might have looked at the graveyard, tried to figure out what he could potentially have to see if it would be worth it or not.
Why are you summoning this? I guess he just wants to. He has to get him
Just needs the
down.
beat down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his life is so low. Heavy
What's the other
Psalm,
back row? It's
Dead Wing Blast.
Dead Wing Blast. Yeah, that stinks. Wow. I would have snatched all just to flex, but that's just me. I guess the extra card might have potentially mattered then if he would have drew and then had something for Wing Blast, but he had the Heavy Storm anyway.
So next we have Insidious versus FDS.
That was a pretty good game,
Yeah,
actually.
that was good.
Came down to the wire there.
They really paired the DSs against each other.
I'm not seeing it on the screen share.
Good.
Yeah, that's it.
So it looks like both are on probably Chaos Control.
Yeah, Insidious played Chaos Control. I helped him out with some of the card choices and stuff. We were very last minute on a lot of the stuff that we wanted to be doing with it, but
The more
overall happy with the deck.
I've used Dark Mimic level 3, the more I just dislike it.
I've never been a fan of the lunch boxes. I think that they're
Every time I set Mystic, or every time I set level 1, I just want to flip summon it, and then it's like, if I flip this, it's just a level 1
it's
in
just very
attack
bad.
mode. This could have been a Dakochi.
I think it's better than the bug because I definitely hate Mystical Merchant.
Magical Merchant.
Or yeah, Magical Merchant. But yeah, it's just better than Magical Merchant.
I like Magical Merchant.
He's disappointed me so many times. I just can't with him anymore.
Now I've milled Sinister Serpent and grabbed Graceful or Metamorphosis so many times with it.
No, I'd be milling like breakers,
GLS.
tribes, GLS.
Mill and
I
Tribe's
never mill
okay.
anything good. And if I do, if I mill all that stuff and then I'll get like a scapegoat and I'll be like, oh great, I don't have anything to do now. Never anything, never any piece of power.
I'll tell you what I don't like, and I've cut out of all of these kind of decks, is Mystic Tomato.
I still think tomato is really good.
Eh, I think like Kaiku is better in its spot almost every single time. Like for most of these decks, I cut the tomatoes for either Sukis or Kaikus, and I've been very happy with it.
I think tomato gives your deck a lot of flexibility about like what like finding Sangan and then Sangan,
The
yeah, whatever you.
the only thing I like about it is that like I don't care what happens to it if I set it turn 1.
This is an awkward play.
Yeah, he had a lot of options too.
I guess he's fine with running this into Koichi because he
Wow,
know and he didn't duo.
his duo just
I
got a
was
lot
presum
worse too.
I was presuming the reason why he wanted to do that is because he was just going to duo, so he might hit something else besides Sinister. But like he knows if he knew that Sinister was in the hand, right?
Right, I believe so. If he didn't, then there's really no reason not to have duoed. So
I guess so Insidious is doing the sequencing this way, I guess, to try to play around Dust Shoot, but I feel like
here's a
FDS would have just gunned Dust Shoot.
here's another spot. It's like this Book of Moon on level 3 is such a bleh play.
Yeah, I guess it's just to do something with Book of Moon. We don't really need to do anything with Book of Moon. I guess it got the ring out, which is you much rather get your guy ring there than
I wouldn't even wasted the ring there.
ring for game. Yeah, I wouldn't have ringed at all.
Big deal. He draws a card.
Well, Insidious is gonna be able to summon Tsukiyomi, reset the deco, flip it back up. If he draws something insane, I mean, he could just be dead,
See, like he drew the
right?
mirror. He drew the mirror force here, which is nice. But if he had kept the ring, would have made way more sense to keep because he had the Suki lock.
Mm-hmm. Well, he just like attacked for 1,000,000 damage, so this game could be over next turn if FTS doesn't find anything.
I've seen Insidious. I think sometimes I feel like he does plays just because he can do plays. Like I've seen him banish a Magician of Faith with a DD Warrior Lady.
He's a type of player who tries to consider every single option that's like might be available and what he could potentially lose to, which is good. But I don't know if he always considers the likeliness of that happening.
Right.
I mean, it worked out for him there because he did a bunch of damage and drew into something to protect his board with. So
Right. But if he didn't draw the Mirror Force right there, that would have been a whole different
it would have,
situation.
yeah, it would have been really weird because that the duo is going to come out finally, and then it's going to try to hit the,
Thunder
it's going
Dragon.
to try to snipe, but
Try to hit the. It could hit the Suki, yeah. Which would have left the Thousand Eyes on board if it did hit it.
the 1 in 4 shot, I would have threw it. You're already at 21 anyway. You can
Well,
use it. I mean,
FTS didn't throw it the turn before for no reason, so he might not
yeah.
have thrown it. He was probably valuing the 1,000 life points more at that point if he didn't use it the turn before. Back when like regular Goat Control was played, if I was playing it, there was a lot of times where I would just be like happy to just set my duo and let it get Dust Tornadoed instead of paying 1,000.
I feel that sometimes, but
Premature Burial, I used to feel that way very often. I was like, well, this is just gonna get countered no matter what. Let me try to set it and let them just snipe it. If they're
might as
gonna,
well.
if I'm gonna, I'd rather not lose the 800 if they're gonna Dust Tornado it anyway. But I think duoing two Thunder Dragons in hand is not a bad play either.
Oh, I don't think so either. I don't think Thunder Dragon's necessarily like amazing. It needs other cards to do anything. But if that's all they have,
That just made their Graceful worse. It made their card destruction
it made all
dead.
those cards that make Thunder Dragon good way worse, right?
Right? Yeah. Like obviously, it's ideally not the card you want to duo, but
But if you ain't got anything else going on, I mean,
yeah. Like I had someone
I'll
like
take it.
start like insulting me on a ranked game recently because I duoed their two Thunder Dragons. They're like, "Ah, you idiot!" I was like, "No, I'm not an idiot. I wanted those out of your hand."
I feel like people should be more nice when they're
Yeah,
playing Yu-Gi-Oh with each other.
no kidding. Especially goat format. Like, there's so few of us, and people are just at each other's throats.
Yeah, let's we'll criticize each other's plays sometimes if we don't agree, but
Uh,
we'll be
you,
nice about it.
you don't need to do it while you're playing either.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're just trying to find out what's the right thing for us to do here. What's the best play we could have made?
Yeah, I mean,
All the options.
stuff's interesting to discuss, but you don't have to like insult each other while you're playing.
Oh, of course not. Would you do that in real life to somebody?
I've seen it, but not as often.
Yeah, exactly. Do hear from Insidious. Hopefully, Insidious hits like Sanguine Graceful Charity.
And for you guys, when you are sitting on the opposite end of someone being super toxic on Dueling Book, the best thing to do is to just not respond to it. Let them say whatever they want. Don't answer them. Just make your plays. Say what you're doing clearly. Use your phases and let them frustrate themselves and sign off. Like,
Yeah, just don't take the bait.
yeah, don't take the bait, don't interact with that stuff, and
It, at the end of the day, it's dueling book, and it doesn't matter. It's not you're not playing at a YCS or anything. I mean, these guys are playing in the World Championships Go format, so I mean, it does matter for them.
uh,
But
even
these
that
players,
really doesn't matter. Like, you're on here to have a good time. You're not on
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. But these players aren't going to be like that to each other, is what I'm saying as well. Well, it's a good Graceful Charity for FDS though, being able to get rid of these Thunder Dragons that he just had into his hand.
For sure. Now he's in a nice spot. He's got Duo, Nobleman, Metamorphosis options.
Mm-hmm. I would duo here.
Then Nobleman.
Yeah, then I would Nobleman.
Tomato attack. What's his set card? Book. Pretty good spot. Will he grab the charity on top of it?
Will he get it? Will he get it? No, he gets Faith.
Ooh, now do you discard your charity or your swap tomato combo?
Um, probably get rid of Creature Swap. Or not.
Well, he doesn't know FDS has tomato in hand.
But think about it this way: is that if I have Tomato, if I'm setting Tomato versus whatever he puts across for me, I'm gonna try to find Sangan so I can get the Sinister and make my
Yeah,
charity
I
live.
mean, I don't feel good about a creature swap at this spot, no matter
Yeah,
what.
it's.
No matter what my other card was, like, what are you swapping for?
I don't think that Creature Swap should be currently in Insidious deck.
I agree.
Uh, it should have been sided out.
So FDS gonna
And
go
I really
for.
like Creature Swap.
I don't like this meta play.
I would have just knocked and attacked. You have Book of Moon, and you can level up your guy next turn if he
Right,
doesn't deal with it.
yeah. He had plenty of stuff to protect the guy. Tomato could have just hit him for 14.
Oh jeez, look at this.
I really think he should have kept that tomato. If he had summon,
Well,
well, let's see what happens.
I mean the Creature Swap can get value here because you can do a play like Thunder Dragon, um,
Summon
Charity.
Sangan?
Keep one of the Thunder Dragons in the hand. If he has a monster that's good enough, he can Creature Swap the monster, then sack uh, Thousand Eyes for Thunder Dragon.
He can't summon a monster and sack it for Thunder Dragon.
Oh, that's right. I'm cheating. What's taking him so long? Fire this off. Come on. If you want to play around Dust Shoot, I mean, you can set Creature Swap first.
Yeah, not great. Set to Kochi, set book, pass.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, that meta play by FDS like really was bad. Because now you did that to go into a Thousand Eyes that's at 0/0. That immediately puts you in a position where your opponent can just draw pass on you for indefinitely. Like you can't take
Until
it.
you deal with it
Yeah,
yourself.
you can't take
Or,
advantage of your position with a 0/0 Thousand Eyes restrict.
mm-hmm. Unless you have, of course, something to back it up. You do have, he does have the option to book his own guy, and then,
Which is just bad though. It's just
wait, but it's
using
bad
way
because
more
he's just going to
cards
set a,
than you would have had to.
yeah, he's just going to set across from it. If he has Tsukiyomi, I mean, that's great, but that's
These are the spots where
basically it.
these are the spots where World God Mad just starts laughing at his opponent when he sees them put themselves in this position. Because he will just draw and draw and draw and draw in a spot like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is as bad as like scapegoat locking yourself.
A lot of the times It's just there's nothing really within this format where like once you yourself break the lock,
It's always
that
bad.
you're going to be able to kill the
Yeah.
opponent with.
hmm
There's not a lot of stuff that can do that.
Not at 7,000 life points each either. Like
Hmm.
late game, you could do it where you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna break this lock, summon tribe, heavy storm.
Yeah, but at that point, both players have amassed like a million cards, so
Right.
you have to play through like a million cards.
So if I'm Insidious here, I do not summon the Tsukiyomi. I'm gonna set the Sangan.
Oh yeah,
But
I don't think Tsukiyomi's good here.
my guess is he's gonna summon the Suki. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. There's just no reason to break it.
Yeah, this is stuff you guys gotta look for when you're playing with Goat Mirrors and Metamorphosis. Like Insidious just did exactly what his opponent wanted.
It might be frustrating to understand too because you feel like that you want to be the one to break it because you don't feel like you're doing anything, but as the person who doesn't have Thousand Eyes Restrict up, when it's at 0-0, that's exactly where the position that you want to be because you're already behind. You want to like
Es-
get more cards so you can get ahead once they break it.
Especially when you have a Sangan, because getting if that Sangan like turns into a Sinister Serpent, you're just drawing it out even longer.
Yep, you just have a free card.
And now he has no answer for this breaker.
Yeah, he just used Book of Moon on it without, even though he has the Tsukiyomi in the hand.
Whereas if he had let the breaker break Suki, he could have Suki'd swapped, he could have Sangan summoned swapped,
Hmm.
he could have Suki just attacked over it.
Yeah, that's where the swap becomes really good.
This swap hasn't even come close to having a use yet.
Would have discarded it a long time ago. Like, imagine if that was still a tomato. This game would have been completely different.
If that was a tomato, he would have set it and it would have sat there forever. Then, if it was a tomato and he summoned the Suki, it would have been a much tighter spot to attack with both.
Breaker picks up Sangan. I mean, you're happy for that.
Could grab another magician here. He's got some good spells in the grave. Or Sinister is the other option. What would you get here?
Uh,
His opponent has played one Nobleman, one meta.
hmm.
I think I get Sinister.
I think I just default to Sinister. Sometimes if I'm not that confident, or if I'm like, if I like, I'm thinking of like different options that I could possibly do, but in most scenarios, I'm just like Sinister's probably just better than whatever fancy thing that I'm thinking of. BLS off the top is pretty good.
So I think first I try to go Suki, attack the breaker, swap.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
And if it
See
doesn't
if that
work,
works out for you, and
then
then
I
now,
banish face down maybe.
yeah, exactly, because you're testing the waters for whatever those two back rows are. What is Insidious have face down?
Mirror Force and Book of Moon.
That's FDS. What does Insidious have?
Oh,
What's the other card?
sorry. A dead dust shoot.
Yeah, it's not very strong. It's gonna lose the snatch deal, but I still think this is the best case scenario for him here.
Now this may go through because FTS doesn't
Yeah,
know he has swap.
it's possible.
No, not gonna let it.
Okay.
And if he drops the BLS here, it's probably gonna be the downfall.
I was thinking like drop BLS, banish breaker swap PLS. I was like, that's so bad. I don't know why
No, he'd be better
I
off
even thought of that.
He'd be better off passing his turn.
Give him the BLS. I mean,
He doesn't know he has swap, so well, he did just pass though.
yeah.
Swap, I meant snatch.
Hmm. Darkman with level 3 draw. What's he gonna get back with Magician of Faith? Does he have Pot Agree in there?
He's got graceful and duo.
Hmm. I don't know if Duo's the best. Because we know he has Sinister, so it's like it's a deterrent.
So
But that's gonna turn on the Trap Dust Shoot.
let's see. I assume he's gonna let him charity before he does shoots him.
That's what I would do.
So FTS did have the option to play around dust shoot here and did not. Could have easily set the snatch steal.
I probably would have fell into it. I don't think they ever have Dust Shoot.
Gonna dump go in level 3. So dumping level 3 instead of tomato here. What can this tomato even search at this point with Sangan already gone and you dumped to level 3?
I have no idea. Another tomato?
There's another tomato already banished.
No, jeez.
Maybe he
I have
sided.
no idea. New Doria? I have no idea. Maybe it's
Yeah,
gonna be a Spirit Reaper
maybe
or
he sided
Dawn.
in Reaper and Nidoria.
Yeah, like could be anything.
Or it could be nothing.
Or just realizes like, oh, I messed up. Or he looks through the deck and has only sees a Mimic left and is like, oh, I don't want this. So he got rid of Tribe with that. I guess because he can't deal um with the Assure Priest.
Is the difference in damage? Is that why he took the tomato? Or kept the tomato?
Well, he has BLS in his hands, so
No, for
he probably
FDS.
sees.
I meant FDS, not discarding the tomato. That's 33,
Maybe,
so that's not really a
maybe
reason. He had a sewer priest instead.
Torrential here is going to be the draw. I mean,
So FTS does have an Adori in the side deck,
okay,
so
that
that's
makes
fine.
sense.
Yeah.
I probably still would have discarded Tomato.
Yeah, I
Because I
mean,
have Assure Priest. Like, if I want to commit to damage, I can summon Assure Priest and
yeah.
have the draw card later.
I mean, he's got a lot of power cards left in the deck to draw still that the
Yeah.
level 3 could have got too. He's also got another level 3 in the deck too, though, so I can't hate on
Oh, okay.
the tomato that much. Or at all, actually, at that point.
Yeah, then that's fine. He knows the deck better than we we do. He knows what's in the contents. At least we could look it up, but yeah, this is what I was thinking that Sinis needs to do. Is just
FTS sides 3 Zombiras and a deck devastation virus.
wild. Wonder how much they pulled it off. Ooh, if FDS summons this Assura Priest here, Sidious is going to be one happy man. But book a moon on the Magician of Faith.
Do you
Not happy now.
do you torrential when they flip it?
I mean, we know he has a Sure Priest. We wait till they commit to do something, but I mean, it's drawing into Heavy Storm at this point.
He chose knock.
Oh yeah, he can respond to the effect with torrential. So okay,
And next turn, Insidious is gonna lose to this Ring of Destruction.
yeah.
The creature swap
At least he
was never
clarified though,
played.
because some people will just like flip torrential and not ask for the target.
Yeah. With Solemn Judgment, do you target before you Solemn?
Um,
Pot agreed.
no, because you flip and then you're responding to the actual flip summon, so the summon
So,
never happens.
so that's what about with Monster Reborn or Premature Burial?
Monster Reborn and Premature Burial target, so you would solemn, you
After
would
they
target with
target?
solemn, and then yeah,
Okay. So pretty good. The Breaker can pick off this.
yes, that was an excellent pot of greed.
So we were wrong. Ring is not going to end this game. It will be Snatch Steal. And Creature Swap will have never been played.
If only there was some way Insidious could creature swap the Sinister onto his opponent's board. Summon Breaker and BLS in the same turn.
Yeah, there's literally nothing you can do here.
If only people started playing Ultimate Offering.
There's no play where Insidious doesn't lose next turn.
Yeah, it's. I mean, he doesn't know that. He's gonna try to jam the Breaker and the BLS here, but unfortunately, the writing's on the wall. Whoa, we're so wrong all the time.
We are. Wow, we were very
And
wrong. Did
he
he
just
know he
didn't
had
ring it.
Snatch?
Oh yeah, he did because of the dust shoot.
Oh, okay,
He does know he has it there. Okay,
that makes more
well then
sense
great.
of how we figured that out. Good
Yeah, I
job,
was like, wait a
Insidious.
minute,
Wow, this
we
duel is not over because of it.
we forgot about it. Yeah, dust shoot's so powerful. It gets you the info that you need.
Someone asked today the 3 cards if you could ban from Go format. Dust Shoot was on my 3.
What was your other two?
Chaos Sorcerer and Card Destruction. No, it was Chaos Sorcerer and Royal Magical Library.
Yeah, I
Wow.
like it. I mean, I don't know about library. I think that's like
Look at this duel still going on. Great play summoning that Thousand Eyes.
because I don't think the library FTK deck's all that great. That's just me.
I don't
Uh,
think it is either, but I don't want it to one day be.
definitely Chaos Sorcerer, and I guess Dust Shoot would be another good pick
Rest
as
in
well.
peace, the creature swap.
Wait, no, Giant Churnade. Giant Churnade's a way better pick.
No, because I don't hate Rescue Cat. I don't hate DFT. So 1
It
1
does kill a lot. It does make a lot of decks worse, yeah. But you
FDS
can still play Rescue Cat with like
did still
Photo
pull it
Decree.
out.
It's just a slow deck now. You can play it with Cold Wave. No, you can't because you need less will.
Both players opening Thunder Dragon and Delinquent Duo. Insidious opening with the Dust Shoot.
Whoa,
Oh, he hit the Charity.
Duo hit Charity, crazy. Set MST, set Dust Shoot,
He might summon
gun Dust
Kaiku.
Shoot. Oh, he's just gonna not set MST. Okay, gun
So,
Dust Shoot though. Get rid of that Thunder Dragon.
so
Goodbye.
I like summoning Kaiku in this spot because you're Dust Shooting him anyway.
Yeah,
I
I would
think
have summoned Kaiko and set the MST. That's
yeah, I think you do those 2 things and you just have even more control of what's going on right now.
mm-hmm. Now that's a hand where you want to get rid of the Thunder Dragon.
Yep. So he's still in great control here. He's gonna probably duo. Hope he doesn't hit a Thunder Dragon. Yep.
Whoa.
So summoning that Kaiku would have. Pagri.
Whoa. Jeez.
What a hit. Yeah, I'll
What
tell
a
you,
hit.
what's a hit. I'll take those.
Nothing to do on FDS's side.
Nope. Gotta stall him out unless he tribute summons this Thunder Dragon. Well, gonna drop the Sorcerer. Not bad.
Going
You,
for it.
you know your opponent doesn't have that much.
Funny.
I would have set the
I would have
Sorcerer
ran with
though.
chaos.
Well, he could have set the Sorcerer here instead of like there's no that was a misplay.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you do set sorcerer,
Then you get back your Suki
mm-hmm.
and you're in the same spot.
Keep a card. Hit the bluff with MSG, but not gonna play into Mirror Force.
Now, do you flip summon here?
He knows it's just BLS.
No, but he doesn't know what this is.
True.
And there's more noblemans, I think, than there are face-up answers for Sorcerer. Yeah, I think he's being a little too defensive with this
I think
set
he's being
Sorcerer
too
here.
cautious too.
Yeah, and look,
There's the nobleman.
and there's the nobleman. You
Gonna
gotta
get
you
punished
gotta
for it.
add that up. There's one Torrental, and there's two noblemans.
What's more likely here? That's what I'm saying that he does, is that he considers this option. It's like, oh, what if that's torrential? He just kind of sticks to it, but he doesn't think about how likely it is. I mean, he sees all the options. I think he's just afraid of getting like blown out so much like by like these power cards that
Yeah,
just plays into like the one for ones that
I pro
ultimately kill him. I
I
mean, here's the thing:
I would have
he's so ahead, it might not even matter. But
I would have even rang that the tribe here too.
well, he's gonna do it now. That because that just kills him.
That was bad though. Like he could have chained book there, and then you had to use your nobleman, your heavy. You killed your trap to shoot,
uh,
but it is game. Cities will
yeah,
take it. All right.
that'll do.
So next we have Smoker versus Zazzles.
And what are these two on? I guess we'll find out in a moment.
For the most part, we could tell from these opening hands. So Warrior,
Saddles on Gearfried, let's
Gearfried,
go.
and Chaos Control probably.
How long has this card been legal? Smoke Grenade Thief?
I think it's from Magic Ruler,
It's 2003?
2003, 2004. Yeah.
So 17 years? It's finally banned. RIP to Smoke Grenade the Thief. Took long enough.
50-50 on this breaker. And he misses.
Sucks to suck.
Now his option here, he could have breakered his own smoke grenade.
Breaker can kill your own stuff. That's so.
Instead of taking the 50-50. If he did do that though, he would have dust tornadoed the smoke grenade, and it would have been
Oh,
super minus.
I'm playing Gearfried though.
Would you have breakered your smoke grenade here?
Now that I know I can do that, I'm doing that. It's just a second. It turns Breaker into Gearfried number 4. That's crazy.
Yeah. Ring probably gonna hit this here.
Yeah, that guy's not surviving. Get out of here.
Double lights,
Got one
no
monster.
darks.
So wait, but you're telling me that I can summon Breaker, equip the smoke grenade, pop my own guy with smoke grenade, pop like with the spell counter. Then I can flip Apprentice Magician, put another spell counter out, and then when my Apprentice Magician dies, it gets back Magician of Faith, which can then get back my my smoke grenade.
Oh man.
I can do it all over.
Don't pop a blood vessel.
Oh man, I'm just having a great time here thinking of this deck. How to break Apprentice Magician.
If only it wasn't awful in GOAT format.
If only.
because someone ruled it terribly. Now, main phase 2, do you gear freed this?
Uh, well, first I'm gonna kill all these goats. Probably.
With a Mind Crush set?
Oh, maybe
I
not.
guess you wait
Maybe
a
I wait.
turn, right?
Yeah. Mataza, Cube All Star coming in.
I don't even like the graceful there. He dumped the smoke grenade.
Whoa, he's like, I don't care. I don't need this.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I would have just got rid of like double knock and like deal with it. I
Yeah,
don't need these.
I don't love the saving Book of Moon for this. Okay, so now he can Mind Crush the Thunder Dragons and see the other card for free.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you wait till their draw phase at least anyway.
Yeah, and then stand by, hit the other card.
You better.
Wild.
Now you're gonna hit the duo. He didn't hit the duo?
Why?
I guess he wants. That's bad.
Do you want to pick up? If you're gonna do it, I guess you chain and get BLS then.
You
Get
don't
all the
even.
cards out of
There's
his
no
hand.
reason to chain it either, though. Like he wasn't summoned in the BLS. There was
Yeah, that's true.
there was zero reason to chain that.
I would have just on res just been like duo, get out of here.
You're either gonna duo it on resolution, or there's no reason to chain. Just because you're gonna draw another card next turn. He's not playing the BLS that you already know is in his hand.
And if you play a second Mataza, you could have got that.
Yeah. Smoker Zazzles deserves to lose this duel in my opinion.
What's the apprentice magician ruling? Someone asked in the chat.
If you creature swap it to your opponent and then just attack it, it doesn't work like Tomato. Your opponent
Right.
will get the Apprentice Magician effect.
Yeah, I knew that. When did they stop ruling it that way?
Like 2006.
Oh, because I definitely remember it being a thing in. Maybe it was just my locals because we were not very good, but I think we still ruled that when it was like Apprentice Monarchs was like real, but
Yeah, no, they changed it
later down.
to be the same as Tomato, yeah.
That or maybe I am misremembering it, thinking that it was told for me in 2006, like when it was still ruled that way. That's how Apprentice worked, and then
I'll tell you,
it got changed, and I was still remembering how it worked.
I didn't find out about the ruling until my first ever regional in 2005, and
Uh-oh.
I banished a Apprentice Magician with DD Warrior Lady, and then the judge was like, "Yep, they get to search for the effect."
Insane.
I was like, "Oh, okay." Well,
Yeah, Smoker just
and
cleaned up there.
yeah,
You can also equip smoke grenade to a guy on the board, and then like summon the big chicken, and then when it comes back to heavy storm, smoke grenade will trigger.
the big chicken.
Sacred Phoenix Nephesis.
Oh, I always called the big chicken the Avion Phoenix, that Avion guy that works with the.
It's a bigger chicken, yeah.
Yeah, that one's actually a chicken.
No, dual hit Mataza. Not what I want to see. Saiyan and Abyss Soldier, two best friends just hanging out. Gonna try to poke in here. Goes through.
Like my opinion with Smoke Grenade, if you're gonna play it, freaking play
Commit it, yeah.
it.
Why not?
That's a fine card to get solemned because that snatch on Abyss was not going to be amazing anyway.
Does Smoke Grenade kind of acts like a solemn, right? If like you equip it to your guy, and then if they can't clear your guy, they just can't heavy storm because they'll just lose a card out of their hand.
I wouldn't say that's like a solemn, but
It's kind of like a solemn.
nah,
Not really, but get the idea. Stops heavy.
it's more like a what's the card that puts the spell counter on the thing and has to be destroyed first?
Oh, Magic reflectors, something crazy like
Yeah.
that. That's much better analysis.
This game is not going great for Smoker.
No,
So
this is
no
definitely where
no
Zazzle's deck thrives.
no Donzalug search for Zazzles here.
He said, "I don't care. I'm
Sinister for my Abyss
getting
Soldier.
sinister, and I'm going to activate priority to bounce something here. I'm just going to attack."
He's gonna Torrential. I guess you're really planning on drawing a meta that even though we have one in grave already.
What's the other down card for Smoker? Torrential?
Hmm.
Yeah, I would have just Torrential and just added the Scapegoat back to my hand.
Same. Well, he's at 14. He could have chained the Torrential to the Scapegoat,
Oh, true. Maybe he's worried of another monster.
but he could have Torrentialed him and then put the goats out. Because now you might never get to use this
Yeah.
Torrential. I would set this Exiled Force. Like he had Dust Shoot and the book to protect the Exiled if he sets it. Your opponent's already at 14. And then next turn you could have summoned the Sinister Serpent for game. If this was like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He can still snatch it for game, I guess.
It's always bounce in the back row here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's get him.
snatch. Pop.
Doesn't even need the snatch. Alright, game 3 here.
True. Well, that's a great hand.
Yeah, right? Holy cow.
I like the blindly loyal goblin.
Whew. The hits keep on coming.
Do you think it matters if you discard Sinister or two Thunder Dragons?
You should always discard the Sinister.
All right, shut up.
Because he can meta into potentially meta the the Thunder Dragon. Well, this is the best he could do for that turn. Not bad. All things considered.
Why are we metaing Thunder Dragon? For what? Dark Balter? Doesn't do anything.
Fiend Skull Dragon.
There's no flips.
It also negates traps that designate.
He plays Mirror Force.
He plays 3 Sakaretsus, I bet, too. Alright, so Smoker, if it was me, I'd be pushing. I guess he needs the Dark in the grave still, so he can't push anything yet. Okay. Blade Knight
Blade Knight
he cannot answer this
calming
Blade
down.
Knight.
Yeah, he's got nothing for it.
He's gonna drop this Sorcerer now, though.
Well, what? Wait a minute.
Why?
Would you have just? Let's see here. He's got Goats and Decree.
Yeah,
Can you just like Goats Decree and like meta? I guess you don't have to if you have Sorcerer.
nah. He just got the Dark in the grave last turn, so.
Yeah. Much better. Hit the fresh set with that. This guy's gonna come through. Hiya!
Don't put your Sorcerer in defense for no reason.
You know that they're warriors too. Now he does it.
Like, these are plays I don't expect to see in this tournament.
You know, it could just be like nerves.
Like,
Then it takes the guy.
these little interactions really matter.
Yeah.
And even in this spot, I think I would have just summoned the freaking Skill Dark, too.
You can't finally loyal goblin, right?
You cannot Thousand Eyes Bonnie Little Goblin, no.
What a sick guy.
Great
I
stats,
mean,
can't Suki him either.
Whew. He will just trade though. Unfortunate.
And even in that spot, are you better off Book of Mooning your Thousand Eyes? You have Decree up. Make him be 1800. He also could have like booked the Thousand Eyes, tried to attack with his Skill Dark. If that gets Book of Moon, then flip the Thousand Eyes and take the 1800 guy.
Yeah,
Oh, he can't.
I
Yeah,
see
because it
it.
wasn't blindly low, right? It was Grandmaster.
No, it was finally loyal.
Okay, so yeah, he can't. We just said he
Never
can't.
mind.
Yeah, we just went over that. You cannot do that play.
But if it was ninja, then you could. Nice gonna be able to poke for 11 every turn.
All right, so this Decree, he is very happy to pop.
Yes. See you later. Oh, thinking on the summon wants the book. Yeah, way better.
Summon Suki.
I'm often a person who, if I'm playing against like a warrior matchup like this, I actually don't like to create. I'd rather have something like more Sakuretsu armors or more stuff to deal with their warrior monsters.
I think in the
But
long run of the most games you play against this, like this is working great right here.
this is working really good.
But
That's
it
what I was gonna
doesn't. It
say.
does. It doesn't always though. Like sometimes you'll do this and be like, all I have is flip effect monsters to set, and I can't stop his Blade Knights from attacking.
Yeah. When you're in control of the game, I mean, it's like pretty good. Yeah, break the lock here and then just summon your guy. GG Decree.
Yeah, good plays
Thank
by
you.
Smoker.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have Carl versus Delinquent.
Well, this should be a doozy. I like both these players. Carl loses the rock paper scissors. Played a similar deck to what he topped the one FLC, or was it a GFC that he topped?
Uh, Carl won a GFC.
Yes. And is he playing just like a similar list?
I think so. Yeah, Chaos Turbo. He played in both.
Cool.
Nobleman
And Delinquent's
against
on an
the.
empty jar, right?
Yep, and he just Nobleman the jar turn one.
Psycho.
So this just became a uphill battle.
Well, good thing there's two jars.
So Carl could have summoned Kaiku last turn. Guessing he didn't want to get Torrental to set off the Sinister. Probably wants to try to wait and get a Chaos Monster to banish this thing somehow.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of like no action going on from both sides here, really. Carl did just draw into two Regeki breaks, but this pot agreed's really good for Delinquent.
It is risky to be passing turns against this deck in general.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Any sort of combo deck, if they're not combo, can't do it
so
like
if I'm
about
Carl,
it.
if I'm Carl at this point, I'm thinking about using these Regeki breaks to dump my BLS and a Dark, pop these back rows, and banish the Sangan. We'll see what Carl
Yeah,
does.
just get it out of here.
Carl is not ready to make that commitment yet.
Nope. There's a Trunade. He's feeling spicy. Just gonna let it go.
It was kind of a bluff Trunade, I think, too. He's gonna
Well, he's gonna try to
reload it.
reload here. I think he's just putting 8 in there so he knows how many he has to draw.
Yeah.
What card did he set? Card destruction? No, he just drew the other one.
The
Bokatayu.
Bokatayu.
Okay. He's just looking for another
Literally just looking for Cyberjar.
for Cyberjar, yeah.
So Carl
Big
gonna
card
lose
destruction.
this pretty powerful hand here.
You ever think that this deck should run like a sack outlet just for this scenario?
It does, Thunder Dragon.
Oh, there it is.
Not gonna get him there though.
Well, I mean, like a sack outlet like Mass Driver would commit your summon.
No.
It's very sketchy, but
I don't think it's a red mass driver. Maybe something like enemy controller,
that's a good one.
because then,
Take a problem monster
yeah,
and
turn a Balter off. Or
mhm, find the jar you need.
so Carl here now on Dust Shoot set, and then a Book of Moon.
Yeah, it just didn't really work out for Delinquent trying to find the combo.
Yeah, so if he's gonna need another Taiyu, or this game's probably not gonna go too great.
Well, I mean, I think he's going to flip the Dust Shoot here and get rid of the jar in the hand.
Right.
Maybe try to Swords of Revealing Light.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave this on fast forward for right now because I think this is just gonna be a quick wrap up.
Here's the swords. Draw, draw, draw. Hey, I still got all this crap. Attack, attack, attack. Premature on the Sangan. Book of Moon on the Sangan. Here you go. Here's all my monsters. Take them.
Yep.
All
All right.
right.
Delinquent going
See if Delinquent can
first.
combo off.
Thunder Dragon to start it off with a reload in hand.
I like it.
So he's got Taiyu Jar now.
Hello. And he drew the other Thunder Dragon. Great to get out of the way. See if Carl has any opposition towards this in his side at all. Don't look like it.
He's got
We only saw 5 cards.
he's got 3 Cyber Jars in his side deck, or Cyber Steins.
Cyberstein. Okay. That is definitely very good in the matchup.
So Delinquent getting pretty deep in the deck, about halfway through here.
Hmm. I don't love this from Delinquent,
He put
but
Sangin on top of his deck.
no, he put Book of Taiyu on top of the deck because
Okay.
he's fishing for a
Shallow
shallow
grave.
grave. When he really should have been using stuff like I think he should be using Feather and Upstart in conjunction with one another to get the card that he needs back immediately.
He could have even just set the feather, then played that card destruction.
Yeah, maybe set Feather, set Upstart, and then draw, see what you get.
He is not getting far.
It's just not getting any further.
So he can put Graceful on top right now, but that's not really gonna solve this issue.
He doesn't have anything to do. He's just going to try to get Jar because he already saw that he had that there.
Yeah, and
But
there's Nobleman. And I think this game's a wrap.
yeah, he just summons all of his guys' attacks because he knows that was the Jar face down. Had the breaker for swords.
Yep, not as interesting as we hoped.
No, just kind of fizzled out all the time there. I mean, I like Empty Jar. I thought it was the best combo deck going into the event.
Oh,
But
MMF did it a bit better.
yeah.
All right, so we got Quantum Man versus the Nano now.
The Nano. That was another person I thought was going to do better than
Man, him and
they
Geist
did.
had such great runs early in the year, and then both kind of fizzled out.
Who's Quantum Man again? Isn't that somebody?
From Duelist Grounds, I believe he is.
Oh, I thought it was a legacy invite.
I want to say he's either from Nostalgic Duelist or DGZ.
Hmm.
Looks like he's on Goat Control with Jar, Tsuki's metas.
Yeah, nice.
And Nano, is playing a like Thunder Dragon Chaos Warrior deck. I think he has like 2 targets in his whole deck for Rhoda here.
Hell yeah.
And then
Let's go.
he also plays Upstart Goblins, so he tried to make like the fastest deck possible. Also on the Wing Blast.
On the notice that as well. Set my whole hand, flip my jar. Let's go.
In
Just
these
kidding.
in these spots, do you summon the Kaiku normally?
Um. Hmm.
I usually do, and then regret it. So
Well, I mean,
so Quantum going way too fast here, and ended up revealing his hand.
yeah, that's not always great. I think it works out here because he can summon the Kaiko now. But if sees a heavy storm, he's not going to be too happy.
Yeah, it's very like you play Jar too, so you know, but doing these plays like that could have been a Regeki break, discard Sinister Serpent, you set 3 and they heavy storm you.
Yeah, it's very, very risky. Well, pot agreed.
Make up for mistakes. Asura get a clean 17 in. I don't think we'll see Wing Blast here. No.
No, not very good in this spot.
Well, you're pretty low in life, so you're thinking about it at least. Again,
Throws another solemn
if
judgment.
this was a Geki break, probably would have been an easy flip.
Probably just got rid of it. Position of faith. No, just gonna poke. Nothing from my opponent. Just gonna take it again. Getting pretty precarious here. There's Upstart Goblin. See if he finds something. Knight Assailant is something.
No targets. So we're just gonna set Night Assailant? No.
No, we're not gonna set anything. Interesting.
I think you at least gotta set the Night Assailant, right?
Or Sinister, maybe. So you don't die.
No, you're not gonna set the Sinister because you gotta play either Solemn or Wing Blast.
Oh, yeah.
I would
Now
think I would have Solemned this thing instead.
he's forced to answer it, no matter what.
Now he's got a card destruction away his BLS and his Chaos Sorcerer. No,
Feels bad, man.
give it another turn. Solemn. Okay. This is fine for Nano.
Yeah, Nana's gonna let that go because it's not doing any damage.
This is
So
the I see more turns. Please let me see more turns.
please, thank you for letting me live.
Yeah. He's like 0 attack, Thousand
I think I would
Eyes.
have just summoned a Shura Priest and tried to go through.
Yeah. Like you've been pushing and pushing and pushing with it already.
Because what I saw that he had Sinister. It's like, okay, if it's not Sinister, it's something else. My Shura Priest is probably gonna be able to for it.
If it is Sinister, it sucks worse for using my meta on my Magician than it does attacking with an Asura Priest.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna Wing Blast the 1000. I'm gonna book it. Oh, he used the Wing Blast. Okay.
Yeah. He has another meta, so he should have just never summoned Yummy first. He should have just meted his own guy and then tried to. Well, I guess the book comes up.
No, and then you can't flip the Thousand Eyes again. He did it correctly.
But he also has creature swap. So if he does that, then he can steal the thing that he's trying to take, and give him the Thousand Eyes, summon like a Shura Priest or Kaiko and attack.
Yeah, but there's still the chance that it was Sinister too.
That's true. He was trying to just clear it so that he can win.
So all the Suki's gone now.
Yep.
And Nano is not a bad player. He is seeing these Suki's gone and very happy about it. Gonna try to squeak out something with his 300 life points left.
That's. I guess if you want to like, didn't he just card destruction for and got rid of like 3 chaos monsters?
Yes, summoning this Kaiku is really bad because Tribe also is gonna
Yeah.
blow it up if, for you to try to attack for game.
That's what I'm so confused about. Is like why like there's no real point in putting that out there.
Let me put 2 Chaos Engrave. You have Torrential and Mirror Voice if he does drop a Chaos Monster. And you have
Like
Tribe.
you rather just find a way to like clear those 2 back rows, and
Like
then
he could
be
have
able to
even
tribe yourself.
right, because he even had the play of like even if he set a monster, he could have went end phase, scapegoat, torrential tribute, summon sinister attack for game.
Yeah.
Every option was better than summon Kaiku.
Now he has heavy, and
Yeah, now heavy's fine. Now you heavy for game.
yeah.
He didn't do it. What could he have set that you can't heavy him for
what are
game
the
here?
what are the face downs that he even has? I just want to see what he
Mirror
has.
Force, Torrential,
Oh, I'm not on
and
Nano side.
oh, Torrential, Nobleman, and Wing Blast. But unless he had like Wabaku,
Yeah.
heavy was game. Your opponent's at 300.
What's in this graveyard? Are all 3 Solemns gone?
Two.
And maybe he's still afraid of the other Solemn. But you got to make him have
You gotta
it.
go for
What
game.
happens? Either he Solemns and he goes down to 150,
Yeah.
or you win the game, right? It's an awkward trap dust shoot. Well, hopefully he sees to play now. Yeah,
Yeah. So
no Karibo in my deck. Sorry.
essentially the same play a turn later.
Yeah, found it though. Nana's not gonna fire off Charity. Nope. Good. Don't think you do it here.
No. Yeah, I don't like Nano's deck. I'm a big fan of Nano decks in general, and I do not like what he brought to Worlds. I can see where his logic was in paper for it, but I've tried similar decks before of doing this Warrior Thunder Dragon combination thing, and
Yeah,
I think a very underrated part of Warriors is making the Nobleman's dead.
and he's just not making them dead here. And it was just Nobleman got the hit Magician of Faith.
No, and instead he's just sitting on like Thunder Dragons with awkward cards.
Yep. Using his opponent's Kaiko to try to do something to him.
And I know this is a play, the Snatch Steal tribute for Thunder Dragon. It's never an optimal play.
Unless it's like BLS. I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably not.
like it's a play for sure, but it like I feel like it never leads to like
Unless you like
it's an
dust
awkward.
shoot their hand, right? And like you know what they have. So if
It's,
you're doing this, it's like it's specifically a remote type thing.
it puts you in awkward spots.
Yeah. Not the best use of Thunder Dragon. Whoa, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you're willing to trade your Kaiku for a coat for a set.
Did he have goats down?
Well, I guess he was trying to play around Magician of Faith. He did have
Yeah,
Graceful and Pot
there's pretty good
Engrave.
spells in there. Heavy Storm too. It's probably the one I'm looking at, to be honest.
Yeah, with all bluffs down for the most part. Or
Some
enough
chainables,
bluffs
but
down, yeah.
if I have, I mean, look, if I have that,
Why do you even set all these cards?
I'm not sure. Just drawing no gas on Quantum side. Having the torrential, the Sanguine here that get flipped up. No light though, right? Oh, didn't he have Thunder Dragons?
Summon Morphing Jar. Attack
Yeah. Well,
face
he doesn't want
down.
to summon BLS into something crazy. Okay.
No, he just summoned Morphing Jar to attack the set Night Assailant.
Yeah, you just set more Jar there.
You've been committing to setting your back row the whole game. I mean, it
Strange.
it worked. It was better than him just flipping the Knight Assailant, I guess.
I think it's still like hmm, main
Because
phase two.
if you had a book set with it, maybe I could. I don't get that play.
What?
Why do you solemn that breaker?
I guess because it's gonna take the breaker's gonna break it anyway. But you just let it break it and then vanish and not attack.
What if he flipped Ring after you was Ring already in the grave?
Ring was already in the grave.
I'm trying to think of scenario.
I guess he's really trying to
Okay,
bluff him into saying that
no.
I have an answer to VLS.
Here's why you do it: enemy controller and creature swap. He already saw one. He already
Yeah,
saw
he saw the
one.
creature.
He already saw one creature swap. If he breaks your solemn, your life points are already low as hell anyway. Yeah, no, that was the right play. It's just you don't normally see it. You got to look at
Mm-hmm.
everything to see why you do that there.
Just gonna attack, call the bluff. I'm cool with that. I would have just attacked. Gotta make him have it.
Nano bringing in Decree, kind of strange.
Yeah, I don't know what it
So
necessarily does unless like
you have Dust Tornado, Heavy Storm, Mystical Space Typhoon. Not saying this is wrong. It looks like it's gonna work out good. Do you ever consider setting Pro Heavy here? Turn one.
he just summoned
Summon Sangin, set Pro Heavy with Dust
the pro
Tornado
heavy.
and MST already in his hand.
He didn't. Oh, he just drew duo for the turn. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just trying to backtrack here. I really wish Steelbook had like a feature. Um, I probably just set Dust Tornado.
Yeah, I think I'd probably do the same. But looking at it, it's pretty good play actually, because once you do that, picking off the one for ones after that with these is fine. And I guess like what setting Dust Tornado and MST when you have heavy in your hand feels pretty crappy because now it's just making your heavy a dead card the entire time.
Mm-hmm. If they don't commit anything to set, where at least heavy,
Right.
if they pick it off, it's fine. It trades one from it with like breaker or something, and it's
So
okay because you still have the other one for cards.
yeah, so it's not something I would immediately think to do, but I think it actually is a good play.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It's just
Because
I would probably think about
I've
just
been
setting Dust Tornado.
I've been in this opposite spot where I have like I'm like, oh my god, I do all my spell and trap removal turn one,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like this heavy's just gonna sit in my hand doing nothing until I use the dust and the MST. So it's interesting.
It's better to try that, and now it's gonna work out here. Pick up both.
Should have used your swap, bro. Not that there's any way to know that.
No, but I
Atta-
think swap is much better when like it's guaranteed, right?
yeah, like attacking face downs with Sangin is it was a lot better 6 months ago.
Yeah. Hit the sinister, hit a meta.
Now we could have considered swapping here, but I think it's fine to let your Sangin die. Do you grab a
One
light?
for one heavy.
Do you grab a light or do you grab Sinister? If you play DD Warrior Lady, I grab DD Warrior Lady.
Yeah, if I played DD Warrior Lady, I would. Oh, wow, what a good pickup.
And here's where you're just thrilled this isn't Dark Mimic level 1, even though you play meta.
Yeah, because it actually has stats that can fight.
I don't get the creature swap keeping it in against a deck like this though.
Didn't game one he see stuff like Blade Knight, or am I making that up?
He's definitely on warrior cards. So I
He
guess
might be thinking that it could be one thing, and then now all of a sudden there's like flip
yeah,
effects and stuff.
it's
So
very
it's
easily for it to be confused against this nano deck, so
yeah,
that's
there's just a lot of things that
that's a
are going
valid
on in the deck.
point.
It's
I
not
could
like in the Insidious matchup where I would have took those creature swaps out like right away.
I would say just in general I'm not a big fan of creature swap right now.
I thought it was pretty good.
I think mind control really outshines it for the moment. All right, so
Whoa.
pretty close game here. Pot agreed.
But Nano plays around Dusty really well there.
Yep.
Excellent play.
Will he set this nobleman now or the sinister to continue to play around it? Yep, he is going to. Heavy Storm's already gone, Dust Tornado's gone, MST's gone, Breaker's gone.
That's
Nano
so awkward
Nano
that
can set every card the rest of this game.
he like
And
gave
Magician
him
of
in
Faith
Sinister.
and Triple Magicians are banished. So Nano is not afraid of this back row, and yeah,
No.
Sinister's on the wrong side of the board for Quantum Man.
Here's Kaiko. I'm going for it. Let's attack.
So no Torrential here, huh?
Well, that just gives him back the Sinister.
He's getting it back no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
You have BLS in your hand.
Was there a lightning grid?
There was one dark, only one.
It was no, it's two. Now he's got the one. He had Thousand Eyes too.
Yeah, I would have Torrential that, I think.
Probably right.
Sinister, bang, Sinister, attack with Kaiku? It doesn't even need to.
Yeah, he's got the knock. Let's go. Let's battle some more.
I guess Nano was thinking he wanted to get some extra out of the Torrential with the Sinister.
Maybe. Now he's got goats to work with. But Quantum's just not gonna walk into this torrential unless he decides to do it there.
He might
Nope.
walk into it next turn.
I think this is
No Torrential here? I was thinking.
thinking. Okay.
Well, this is not how you get your BLS on the board.
No, I mean, but the
He's got two
vanishes
dead.
a tell.
He's got two dead noblemans. His magicians are gone. His DD War Lady's gone. So he's not summoning this BLS now until he draws a Thunder Dragon, and that leaves him with two live cards and 2,400 life points. Set Sinister swap.
No, he's just gonna. He sees that his opponent's like not doing anything with the
He
Vakros,
did
so
not
maybe.
attack with the second Kaiku. Oh no, he attacked one and blew up the other. Okay.
Yeah, he blew the other one up that didn't attack. Finally, Torrential's gonna do something there.
Still no light for either player.
Yeah. Who's gonna get that first light? Will Upstart Goblin finding that? No, here's card destruction though. Not a good card destruction for Nano if he chooses to do it.
No, Nano is waiting to see that Thunder Dragon to do
Yeah.
anything. He doesn't get a lot of time to wait.
Nope.
So, ooh,
This
Charity.
game really trying me. Nano says. Charity picks up some good stuff though. That Nutticilla can loop itself and
Do you dump your BLS?
mm,
Or do you dump your card destruction?
Destruction's
Yeah.
not very good here.
Nano saying here, man, I really need a Thunder Dragon. Dump the BLS.
Jesus.
Does shoot,
Oh,
decree, does shoot. You're sitting on double nobleman.
feels bad, man.
Summon your tribe, attack for 32.
What if I got?
Summon your
Hmm.
tribe, set snatch, play card destruction.
What if he discarded Ring though, and kept BLS in the hand?
Yeah, I could have seen that as well, because, like, you have 13 cards left. You're going to get to the Thunder Dragon eventually.
Because then the Dust Shoot probably takes BLS, if not Night Assailant.
Well, that'll be it. So why did he scoop here? He swaps for tribe and just
And then it
attacks
just
for
attacks.
13. Yeah,
Yeah.
rough. All right. So I think I'm gonna call it a night now.
Yeah, me too. But hopefully we can pick up again later this week.
Yeah, sounds good.